The night the tweet appeared, it was almost midnight in most parts of the world, yet millions of people sat glued to their screens, staring at a single sentence posted from Elon Musk's official account, a sentence so simple yet so loaded with implication that it felt like the air itself had grown heavier. We are searching for aliens. But what if they are searching for us? And what if, when they arrive, it's already too late to stop what comes next? Within seconds, the internet fractured into two kinds of people: those laughing at the remark as just another Musk-style stunt to stir attention, and those who felt a strange chill run down their spine, the kind that isn't caused by a joke, but by the suspicion that you've just heard the truth hidden behind a mask. And in that silence between reactions, somewhere deep beneath the Nevada desert, inside a facility no satellite has ever officially mapped, a dozen scientists stared at their monitors in a room lit only by the pale green glow of incoming telemetry. Data showing a repeating signal picked up from the outer rim of the Kuiper Belt, a signal that wasn't just random cosmic noise but a patterned pulse, repeating every 47 minutes with mathematical precision, like a heartbeat echoing across the void. Officially, nothing had been detected, because officially this listening array didn't exist, yet the men and women inside knew they had just heard something alive, something trying to be heard, and in the back of their minds they began to piece together the most unsettling possibility of all, that it wasn't us who had finally found them, but them who had finally decided to answer, or worse, to announce they'd been watching us all along. But even before any confirmation could be made, the pattern shifted, and in those shifts the AI analysis software began decoding fragments, not language, not music, not anything human, but structured enough to trigger every algorithm designed to detect intelligent design. And as the message slowly unfurled into a sequence of coordinates that didn't point to some far-off star, but rather directly back toward Earth, toward a point in the South Pacific Ocean where no landmass existed, a place where the seafloor dropped into one of the deepest trenches on the planet, a point humans could barely reach even with our most advanced submarines, a place so silent and untouched that the thought of something waiting down there felt almost like imagining an open eye in the dark, watching, unblinking. And while Twitter erupted with memes and conspiracy theories, in Washington, D.C., a secure line lit up on the desk of the National Security Advisor, bringing with it a voice that hadn't been heard in years, a voice from an old Black Ops division, codenamed Orpheus Protocol, saying only, "They're coming up, not coming down," before the line went dead, leaving a static hiss that felt less like interference and more like breathing, slow and deliberate, as if something on the other side of the world, or the other side of reality, was listening in on the call. And by dawn, when the first news drone reached the coordinates and sent back live footage, the world watched in frozen silence as the ocean itself began to bulge upward, as though something immense beneath the surface was pressing against it from below, not breaking it yet, just testing the skin of the sea like a fingertip pressing through fabric. And the question stopped being what if they find us? It became what if they've always been here and they've just decided to come out? The news anchor's voice trembled as the studio lights flickered for just a second that felt like the Earth itself was holding its breath, and the ticker at the bottom of the screen flashed a government emergency alert no one had ever seen before. "Do not panic, shelter in place." Those 4 words made the entire planet freeze. The tweet from Elon Musk just days ago, that strange, cryptic message about humanity searching for aliens but possibly being hunted by them in return, no longer felt like a billionaire's dramatic musing. It now seemed like a quiet warning that no one took seriously. Social media erupted instantly, hashtags exploding, hashtag alien war, hashtag they are here, hashtag Musk was right. People shared grainy videos of strange lights over cities, each clip looking fake at first. Glance until the patterns became disturbingly consistent, moving in ways no human-made aircraft ever could. In a small town in Nevada, a man claimed he saw something step out of the sky like it had walked through a door that wasn't there. The Pentagon denied everything, then suddenly stopped holding press conferences altogether. And then, in the dead of night, cell phones around the world buzzed with an alert, not from governments, but from an unknown source, just 6 chilling words. Look up. They are already here. People stumbled out of their homes, eyes tilted skyward, hearts pounding, and in that silent moment before the screams began, the night sky shimmered as if the stars themselves were moving closer, rearranging into shapes no constellation had ever formed, shapes that looked like colossal ships, waiting in absolute stillness, as though deciding whether to descend or to destroy. The hours following the mysterious broadcast felt like they were suspended in some strange twilight between reality and nightmare. Streets that just yesterday were noisy with traffic now echoed with the hollow, uneasy footsteps of people walking without direction, clutching their phones as though they were lifelines, each one rewatching Elon Musk's cryptic warning from the TV and wondering if they had misunderstood his words or if he had deliberately underplayed the danger. By now, every news channel across the globe had looped the clip endlessly, his slightly trembling hands resting on the desk, the way his gaze flickered as if searching for the right phrase, the half-second pause before. He said, "We have been looking for them. But maybe they have been looking for us too. And maybe, when they arrive, war will begin." That sentence had ignited a firestorm of speculation. Some claimed he was speaking metaphorically about competition in AI. Others believed it was a coded message to world governments, while the darkest minds whispered that it was not just a warning, it was a countdown. Governments across the globe, from Washington to Beijing, London to New Delhi, suddenly went into a silent mode, issuing no official statements while their military satellites shifted positions as if anticipating movement from beyond Earth's atmosphere. In underground labs in Nevada, power grids were tested for blackout resilience. In secret bunkers beneath Moscow, encrypted transmissions were being sent to unknown recipients. And in the Indian Ocean, a fleet of unmarked ships began slowly repositioning themselves in a pattern that some amateur satellite trackers swore matched defensive naval formations from wartime history. Social media, meanwhile, was a battlefield of its own. Hashtags like #TheyAreComing and #AlienWar trended alongside shaky videos of glowing objects in the night sky from small towns in Brazil, rural Australia, and the deserts of Morocco, each clip fueling an already feverish paranoia. Some scientists publicly tried to calm the chaos, suggesting these lights were satellites or meteor showers, but off-camera, even they could not explain the sudden, synchronized anomalies being detected by deep space monitoring stations, signals that pulsed in rhythmic intervals, as though someone, or something, was sending out a message in a language humanity had never heard before. Then came the second shock. A leaked document allegedly from inside SpaceX's classified deep space monitoring team surfaced on an encrypted forum, showing a blurry, zoomed-in image of an object moving toward Earth, not an asteroid, not debris, but something symmetrical, structured, metallic, its shape too precise to be natural. The file's timestamp suggested it was captured days before Musk's TV appearance, meaning he had known something long before the world heard his warning. People began to ask dangerous questions. Was the arrival inevitable? Had we already been contacted in secret? And if war was coming, who would fire the first shot, us or them? The world watched in terror as the alien fleet descended, there, massive ships blotting out the sun and casting an eerie, unnatural darkness over cities. Panic spread, governments scrambled, and the skies roared with the sound of approaching doom. Then, just as the first strike seemed inevitable, the alien leader's voice echoed in every language on Earth, not with a threat, but with a chilling question. We came here because we detected a signal, a call for help, but now we see it wasn't from you. Confusion turned to dread as they revealed that something far worse than them was on its way, an ancient enemy that had hunted civilizations for eons. They offered Earth a choice: join them and fight together, or be left defenseless. Leaders, facing extinction, agreed. In a matter of hours, human and alien forces began preparations. But as the first massive shadow of the true threat appeared beyond the moon, one horrifying realization struck: the Alliance might only be a trap, and the real invasion was about to begin.